This is Oilersnation Radio, your one-stop shop for everything Oilers. 1 hour of straight hockey talk with Bagged Milk, Tyler, Liam, Rick, and Dan starts now.
You having a beer?
Coca-Cola.
It seems like we missed something here.
Oh, you've moved to Coke Heavies too. You're not on the diets.
These are just what are in the office now.
Do we have some in the fridge?
My routine now is I come in every day and I put one in the fridge before my first show, and then for the show I have a treat.
Wow. All right.
Could probably just put them all in the fridge.
Just one.
Just the one though.
And they might get drank on you.
I personally enjoy a nice warm Coca-Cola. So
crack it open, leave it for an hour, come back, get it when it's nice and flat.
Yeah, I actually every morning my routine is I come into the office, I grab a Coke, I go back outside, I put it on the roof of my car, and when I get it, when I'm done for the day, it's nice and warm.
It's eaten through the roof.
Yep. Yep.
You heat up Coca-Cola, it turns into acid.
We are back. Friday episode. That's all you get this week because it's the middle of the off season.
That's all I get for a little bit.
That's all you get for a little bit. So enjoy it.
Liam, though.
No, Liam. Liam is avoiding the grind. Where is Liam, by the way?
He's at another wedding, which he has a summer full of weddings. So
he says.
He's basically taking like most of his vacation now is just Fridays off.
Nobody gets married on Fridays, Liam.
So he says. So he says all of his weekends are taken up by bachelor parties and weddings. I have this sneaking suspicion. I brought it up outside here, and I think Tyler agrees with me here. I think he had one wedding. I heard he took 5 different shirts and 2 ties.
Just take different pictures.
Yeah.
And he's
sitting in his backyard right now in his underwear drinking beer.
Infinite time off glitch.
Yeah.
That's what I did last week. I just sat in my undies and drank.
He's got to figure it out.
I didn't lie about it though.
At the same wedding, I would hope.
Always the same wedding. Yeah. I'm actually happy that for the most part, I'm through my friend wedding.
Me too.
Kind of run.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's just sporadic weddings here and there. Like Tyler's coming up. Like I'm good with that. But like if I got a summer where it's 4 or 5 weddings in a summer, it's too many.
Yeah, that's a bunch.
That's what the 20s
By the time we get to wedding 4 or 5, you're getting a $10 gift card.
Maybe. If it's still around.
I've used the first $5.
Yeah.
Homemade gifts all the way.
We're going to get into it. Delicious debate time for our friends at Odd Company. Proud partner of Nation Beer Everyday Lager. Perfect for the next big game. Next go-to lager just because it's Friday. Last Friday of the week. Why don't you head down to either Odd Company location, stock up, or go to liquorconnect.com, search it out, find a liquor store near you that sells it. If they don't, ask them to bring it in. I turn the podcast over to Tyler Remchuk for our delicious debate.
Handful of interesting names still popping up on the old rumor mill over the last few days. You had a little bit of goaltending stuff with Jari and Korpisalo and DiPietro, and then you had some forwards, Mason McTavish, Yegor Chinnikov in Columbus, and then you had Mason McTavish in Anaheim as well. Olin Zellweger was the other name I wanted to say. Anyways, the question is, like, you see all these names kind of popping up, and obviously Oilers fans want to hear, like, oh, should they go after this guy? Should they go after this guy? Delicious debate. Do you think the Oilers will make a trade this summer, or are they going to keep their powder dry now that they've acquired Ike Howard?
I think the only way you see a trade, if you find that upgrade in goaltending, your Sorokin type. I don't know if they're actually going to try and upgrade Pickard or try and make a 1B to Stu. I think you're going to take what you had, which don't forget, it's gotten you to the Stanley Cup Finals the last 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
You take that into the season and figure it out as you go and maybe try and bring someone in then. I think your forwards are pretty much done, especially for trades. And defense, I think it would take a pretty big name to pop up to make a trade for them. And I don't see anything like that happening till mid-season. So if there is, it's something rather insignificant or something happened somewhere and that big goalie fell through.
Dan, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that we're just in for an entire summer of goaltending. Like any times a goaltender like sniffs the air wrong, Edmonton Oilers fans will be on top of it trying to figure out a way to get them here. I just don't see it happening anytime soon. Myself, I really think that this team is set up now to see what they have when it comes to the roster, especially when it comes to the forwards, but also the defense as well. We've got some question marks there with Ekholm and such, but there's some transactions to be made in the season. It's just not happening.
What's your question mark with Ekholm?
Health? General health?
How's that groin doing?
I've heard that he may not start the year. I heard that during playoff parties. And then I've also heard that he's going to be fine. So there's just question marks, but I think that this team now, with the setup of a Howard and a Savoie penciled into your top 6 to just see what happens, allows some opportunities like last year with the Podkolzin come up, Kapanen come up. Those players will be available again this year if we need them. Hopefully we don't.
I think we'll see a trade, but a minor one. I'm thinking, like Dan mentioned, the Podkolzin trade. I could see Stan Bowman being like, "Oh, that guy's not going to work out wherever. Here's a 5th round pick," kind of thing.
Is that the Russian out of Columbus?
See, like I've seen
or whatever?
that name everywhere, but again, like I'm so checked out of prospects and young players that I have no idea.
Injury
Is that a good idea?
My only thing with that, and like I could see them doing that, BM, but honestly, maybe it makes more sense for even a defenseman than a forward. Cause like I'm looking at their forward group right now and like, okay, daily faceoff lines, McDavid, Hyman, Howard. Okay. There's a bit of a project there in Howard already. Draisaitl, Savoie, Podkolzin. Okay. That's a couple guys who are like projects, you could call them, Podkolzin and
But on the
Savoie
cusp of making their step.
They're risks. Third line, Trent Frederick, Nuge, and Mangiapane. Those are 3 guys who are kind of locked into your top 9. Okay. 4th line, Janmark, Henrique, Kapanen. And then you get to Tomasek and Philp and Lazar. And there's all these other names that I'm almost like I like Chinnikov. You know, I obviously love like a Mason McTavish in Anaheim. He's in a different tier because he's way more proven. But like with Chinnikov, it's like, yeah, you could bring him in, but like, I don't know, just keep giving Podkolzin those minutes. You need to give those minutes to Savoie and Howard. And it's like, oh, but could you trade Janmark in a second for him? And it's like, sure, but then he's playing on your 4th line. And
where does he fit?
He doesn't, is kind of my point.
No, where does he fit on any roster? Where does he situate himself?
He doesn't kill penalties, so he needs to be playing top 6, middle 6 minutes with skill and probably getting some power play time. So like,
does his game fit what he should be playing with? Or can you put him in the top 6 and you're like, okay, we're cool with him? Or is he more like a middle 6 where you're like,
he's more middle 6.
Yeah, you're more confident putting him on the 3rd line.
Is Mason McTavish the thing? Is it just because he doesn't have a deal right now?
Yeah, it's getting floated around a little bit that the Ducks are maybe trying to, really change up the culture and maybe they recognize he needs a change of scenery.
See, I'd be interested in that. Like if there's a deal to be had.
Bona fide guy though, right? Who's like produced a ton. He probably cost you a lot.
22 goals last year.
If I'm doing it for someone who I'm like, oh, I know they're playing in my top 6 for the next 10 years. To me, you have enough projects on the blue line. Again, if you found a good quality young defenseman who you're like, oh man, maybe they're better than Emberson, then I take a run at it. But even then,
got to be a right-handed shot though, because you're probably not going left. You got 4 lefties already,
which is why I wouldn't do Zellweger.
Though I don't think you do anything defense. You've got 7 defensemen already.
Yeah, sure.
All like NHL caliber.
So just to answer the delicious debate, I think there's going to be a minor trade of some kind.
Okay.
But like bottom 6 or 3rd pairing.
Like a player with some size who can, like, I know I brought it up last show, but I still sit here and look at our team and go, I don't know if they're going to be able, I think we can still get pushed around.
Kleem is out there. Kleem cost him.
You really think you still got 2 more years?
We couldn't get through it. Come on. We couldn't get through, like, we couldn't get to the area in games 5 and I'll bring it up again. I've said it exactly the same way. Games 5 and 6, we couldn't get to a scoring zone. Florida said, no, you can't get in here. And I understand, like, if we got ourselves more speed, that changes things because it just changes from our end to the front to the defensive zone. We get there faster. They're not in the exact same positions anymore. Maybe you can cut to the middle then. But if you got like a guy like Leon likes to bring it in a little bit slower, you need some guys who can force their way to the middle. Some bigger forwards, and I know he's overpriced, and I don't know where he fit, and I don't think he's a fit here anyways. But a player like Dakota Joshua that got traded yesterday, again, like I'm saying, too expensive, doesn't really fit in here. But a player with that ilk is what I think we kind of need right now. To be fair, I don't think one's going to do anything. I'd like to see 3 or 4, just guys on this team that with that mentality. Yeah, but playoff Hyman, cool, yeah.
Hyman fits the bill. I think Podkolzin can do it.
Yeah.
I think Frederick can do it.
Yeah, so Frederick, obviously not healthy.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to see the real version. Hopefully there's a better version coming up. Podkolzin, he was healthy as far as we understand. Didn't really penetrate that D.
Got to the net twice and scored.
Fair. Hyman wasn't obviously there, so that was a downfall for us. And maybe that's what it is at the end of the day, that we weren't exactly healthy. We were kind of like, the gas tank was kind of empty in those last couple of games. But that's the overwhelming feeling I have coming out of the playoffs is that we could not win that battle somehow.
But that lineup that we had last year was supposed to be able to do that.
But it wasn't.
Vander Kane was supposed to be able to push through that. Corey Perry was able to do that to other teams. Wasn't able to do that against Florida.
41. But they're both gone. Who we replace them with? We replace them with like Savoie or Howard. Yep. If maybe you use both of your names and use both Savoie and Howard,
because maybe
there's a lot of
maybe after 2 years, the Oilers are going like, oh, we're not going to beat them at their own game. Like, let's try to, we're not going to be able to just.
There is that too, right? Like, I still think we're more than good enough to win the West again. Does Florida get to the East final? If they want to, maybe. Like, you kind of get tired. You kind of like lose some of that hunger when you win 2 in a row, I think.
That is definitely a part of it, but I just don't see anybody in the East that has the talent level that Florida has right now.
Florida almost lost to Toronto.
Well, that's true.
Toronto got worse though.
But Toronto has,
I'm just saying like Florida's beatable.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't know because like Carolina's their second best team, and Carolina is dog shit.
They ain't that good.
So that's where I think that it really is that the Eastern Conference just is like a battle of who can rise to the top because you're going to the Cup final.
Tyler, what do you think? You think any moves get done?
No, I think they're kind of locked in here. Again, when I look at even Embers and Stetcher on the blue line, once you got like they have 7 NHL defensemen, they have that Leppinen they brought over. I think they really like Alec Regula.
Tomasak is also, who knows what happens there.
Yeah, he's another guy who's going to be in the mix up front. Like, I think they have enough guys that they want to see how they play out that I don't think they're going to be overly tempted. Because the other side of it too is like, again, you could go out there and get Shinnikov. They have so many Russians in Columbus. I always get confused by which one's which. Shinnikov. But like, you have a second and a third rounder in next year's draft. Year after that, you have your first, second, third rounders. But like, are you going to waste a trade deadline bullet on a guy who maybe is only a third liner for you? No, you probably need to save that. And you also want to be in a spot where you can accrue cap space. So I'm holding on and I'm saying, you know what? This team as constructed is going to get us to the playoffs. We'll put the finishing touches on it at the deadline, not now.
That's fair.
I want to hear from you if you're listening to this. Delicious debate is, do you think there's another move coming? I'm going to say yes, just to be different. A minor move. A minor one. That's what I say. But what do you say? Hit us up on socials. Let us know. I would love to hear from you. Let's get through some of the other stuff that happened the last week. Give a shout out to our friends at Oodle Noodle. If you didn't know, this is great. It's the value deal. You can add 2 green onion cakes, 5 spring rolls, or 6 wontons for just $2 with the purchase of any box, signature or premium, in store or at oodlenoodle.ca. Tyler, 5 spring rolls for $2. You love that deal.
I go green onion cakes over spring roll.
I do too, but I get both.
They are connected at the wrist. I'll get spring rolls, green onion cakes, and a hot box. Hot box goes to the side. We'll deal with that maybe tomorrow morning. And it's spring rolls and it's green onion cakes to go.
For your dinner.
Sometimes, yeah. If I can get 5 spring rolls for $2, you might get 2 toonies out of me.
Hear me out. Mm-hmm. 1 green onion cake while you're driving home.
Are you okay? You don't like spicy food, though, do you?
I need the sauce on it, though. You're right.
You are done.
Right.
Okay.
Flaw in my plan already. I'm out.
You got to get into the Sambalek.
The most important thing, though, is the value menu. $2. Add that onto your meal. Come on. You're having a good time with that. I did it on Tuesday. Got the jungle curry. There ain't no worries when you got jungle curry. That's what I always say. And finally, just the community box for the month of July is the Tie Hot Box. A percentage of all proceeds will go to Sports Central. Help them refurbish some more sporting equipment and get more kids out there playing sports. So go on in, get something to eat, and know you're doing it for a good cause if you're into the hot box like my boy Rick. A couple things, and I don't know if you guys talked about this last Friday. New CBA. We don't got to worry about a lockout, friends. Given the job we do, that's a fist pump from old Bag Milk.
Yep.
I gave them my hot performer. I said, some of the younger guys aren't going to fully appreciate it, but someone like yourself who's been around for a while, a full year in advance. Never once did they use the fans as like a bargaining tool. Mm-hmm. Blew my mind. Very appreciative. Thank you.
When I saw that they got it done as early as they did, that was kind of what I thought. I was like, we didn't hear any drama. We didn't hear any like fighting.
Pretty sure we're supposed to get mad at somebody to help them.
Yeah, like normally we're like mad at somebody.
Yeah.
Who's the last NHLPA guy, the baseball dude? What was that?
Donald Fair.
He was like very combative.
Yeah.
In the last CBA negotiations.
Gary and Marty Walsh have just been like best friends.
Well, arguably he was doing what a player union rep should do, which is not kowtow to the league or vice versa. The league shouldn't be kowtowing to the union. Like they shouldn't be.
I guess my point was just we didn't hear any of that.
Yes. Yeah.
It just kind of got done.
There's a part of me though, like
it's respectful
doing this job.
It's just, we got you're in charge of your side. I'm in charge of my side. We got the deal done. Handshake, move on.
Build momentum. Like
respect.
you don't want another lockout in this league.
I think there's a sick part of me that thought we were going to have a little bit of conversation about it though. Like I
thought we were.
I was hoping to have a little conversation about like.
Did you say you're hoping?
Yeah, renegotiating contracts.
I wasn't hoping. I thought
was
we were.
zero.
I wanted renegotiating contracts.
I don't want to hear the
table.
word, the letters CBA ever again. I want this to be done in the background and never ever hear about it
200-year
again.
extension.
Yeah, exactly.
Get it
It's
done.
only a 4-year extension?
Yep.
Yeah.
I want a deal that brings in the supermax contracts like the NBA.
Our Supermaxes ain't going to be NBA look.
Dude, if you think the NHL salary cap is complicated, you start getting into the NBA where they're like, all right,
crazy.
So they traded this guy to get below the veteran minimum, which knocks them down to the first apron. Now, remember, if you're in the second apron, that comes with cap implication. And it's like, what? Like the NHL is like, don't spend more than $95 million. And the teams are like, all right, we got you.
And then you got the NFL out there going, we're paying this guy $37 million a year. Things aren't working out very well for us. We're going to restructure it now. It's now down to 15.
Yep.
And that's it. They don't tell you anything else. Well, what? No more questions here. He's getting now paid 15. That's our cap hit.
So the Vikings are doing cap dancing right now in the NFL. And like what they're doing just doesn't compute to me because I'm an NHL fan where it's just like, oh, well, we need cap hit this season. So we're going to take a chunk of this guy's money. We're going to kick it 6 years down the road. I'm like, what?
And they barely give you that much information.
Yeah.
It's usually just we restructured.
Yeah.
Now we have $37 more million to spend.
To Dan's point, I would love it. And I do think there would have been like a kind of cool pathway to it where the only way you're allowed to like renegotiate a deal is if the player gets X% more than they're already guaranteed. So like, let's say the Oilers went to Darnell Nurse and we're like, hey man, this obviously isn't going the way we thought it would. You're due 9, 18, 27, 36, $45 million for the next 5 years of your deal.
I'm impressed.
We're going to take your 5-year deal. We're going to restructure it actually to an 8-year deal, but we're going to knock your AAV down to like $7 million. And you're going to get like an extra 3 years of $7 million. So you sacrifice $10 million over the next 5, but we're giving you an extra 21 on the back end of it. Like that would be kind of cool if the NHL had that ability to like work out of a bad contract and get creative with it.
Or just like the NFL, just be like, we don't want this anymore. So it doesn't count.
That would be a lockout. If the league was like, we want to remove guaranteed contracts, the players would be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just tied to the CBA, obviously. The schedule came out earlier this week. We are, again, the Oilers have 8 preseason games, though the first 2 are split squad.
Last year of it, though.
Yes, it's the last year. That's what I was saying to tie to. So we are cutting her in half.
We're going to gain two regular season games next year.
Yeah.
But we're going to drop 4 preseason. So we're dropping 2. It's 2-game drop. It's good for us, no?
I was like the 84 games. It's like, I'm good with it. Like I was just pumped to see having the preseason.
I just want to see the season start earlier too.
Yes.
I would love for every year the NHL starts October 1. And I know it's only 8 days, but like then you're talking about the cup hopefully handed out by June 15th most years at the latest. And it's like, I mean, I'd love to see the season start middle of September, but I won't get greedy.
Yeah. Cause like there's also, how does the Olympic break factor into the schedule this year? Is this going to be another one
6
where
to 24 or something like that?
Yeah.
cup handed out late June again?
Late.
So preseason kicks off for the Oilers with a split squad game versus the Flams in a home and away. That's September 21st. Then the big dance starts on October 8th. The home opener versus Calgary Flames, like a little Battle of Alberta action.
Please let's not have a redo of our last couple first games of the year.
Buddy,
if I'm not mistaken, Winnipeg and Vancouver are our last 2.
Yes.
And we got something like
Stopped.
14 against and 3-4 maybe in those 2 games.
Watch Jack Campbell kill it in the preseason. We're like, boys, we're going to Greta tonight. Campbell's getting the start. Let's go. 7 goals. Damn.
Last year,
Campbell
I
was
was
there
excited.
before you
Like,
got
obviously,
there.
the Oilers didn't win the Stanley Cup, but I was excited to see them put up the Western Conference banner. So I bought tickets to the home opener last year. Boy, did I have a bad time.
I'm not that excited for the banner this year.
No.
It'll be cool in like 15 years when you look up, you're like, oh, those are great springs, but not
Yeah.
now.
Especially when they're flanked by white banners.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes. So anyway,
Did we drop the ball on not making him silver?
Well, I mean, they were doing that back in the 80s. They chose the white. So I don't think
the
silver was on
silver
there.
is still a color of the
But
Stanley
no,
Cup.
but
It was the color of the Stanley Cup back then.
The 90s, actually.
It wasn't really a banner.
Yes, silver
worthy.
wasn't a color until the 90s.
You remember what the banners look like in the old building, right?
Well, I mean, I get it. But I mean, the color, why white? Why? Because one is orange, one's blue, one's white, right?
Yes.
Or they just score their colors then? Maybe.
I think they.
I think you
Sometimes you got to sound. Sometimes you got to sound it out.
The other thing that stuck out to me from the schedule is that the Oilers have 17 of their first 26 on the road, starting with a 5-gamer in early October, I guess mid-October.
This is a really interesting schedule to me because one, that beginning really, it's going to show a lot about this team, and I think it's good to have these guys out on the road kind of gel together. But two, the thing that I don't even comprehend is what is it mid-December or something like that is our last game in the Eastern time zone.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Back half of the year, we don't play one Eastern time zone game.
That's
awesome.
Bonker. Yeah, no, I agree with you. But it's mind like it's.
I do enjoy being a 5 p.m. start.
I do too, but I'm just talking more from like
you got to work
player
earlier.
management and stuff. Like, yeah, you're not leaving this side of the continent for a while.
Because there was always the one story where Ovi's like, Ovi slept in his bed every night after like December 15th, 8th, whatever the hell it was. Yeah. And I was like, man, that'd be awesome. Like we're always flying all around. I mean, I say that as I sleep in my bed every night and I'm not actually on the plane like the guys are, but I'm like, I wonder what those guys feel.
They do have a stretch like that. Do you have the schedule at BM?
Yep.
What's the run in January where they only play in Western Canada from like mid-January till the end of February because of obviously the break, but there's like an 8-game homestand and then games against like Winnipeg, Vancouver, and Calgary in there.
Yeah. So on January 17th, they have a road game in Vancouver. Then it comes back home for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's the 8 one that Tyler was talking about. Then there's a 4-game road trip where it's Calgary, Anaheim, LA, San Jose. So they're close.
Yeah.
Where do they play February 8th?
February 8th.
Probably nowhere, but where are they?
They are on the road. So their game is on the 4th against Calgary. Then they don't play again until the 25th. And that's
I guess it's in the middle of
that's the Olympic break.
Yeah, because that's they usually don't play that Super Bowl, I believe.
So yeah, their last game before the Olympic break is in Calgary on the 4th of February. So the other thing too, like we have a mailbag question coming up, Tyler, on just like the road schedule to start. But that also means you've got a healthy run of home games in the back half, which is good.
For everything except for my wallet.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
So those 8-game homestands where you're like, dope. And then all of a sudden you look back and you go, man, I spent a lot of money going to those 3 games in these 8 days. That
nothing throws off my perception of like the value of $1 like being at an Oilers game. Amber will be like, you want to like go grab a bite to eat tonight? I'm like, oh gosh, it's going to cost $60-$70. I'll go to an Oilers game, like 3 beers with tips, $75. Won't think twice. Might have a fucking 4th. Who knows?
See you in the intermission.
That was like, I was just in Seattle last week and I went to a couple concerts and there was part where like me missus wanted to stand in the merch line and the merch line was fucking crazy. I don't stand in lines for anything.
Did you order that shit online?
These ones, no. But anyway, so we were doing the thing where like we're standing in line and then I would just be like impatient. So I'm like, I'm going to get drinks. That happened several times. So when you're thinking about the $20 US super cans and I went back 4 times in the course of an hour that we were standing in line. I don't mind the beer prices at Rogers Place.
It's the conversion, too. Like the straight price is actually still too much.
They're more, yes, just looking at it.
The straight price is too much. And then when you tack on the 35, 40%, whatever on the exchange, I was like, and then on my credit card too, it shows the original price and then the conversion. I'm like, damn it.
I don't need to see that.
No.
It's out of it's out of my account. It's gone. Can you just like wash it? I don't need to see this.
Redact those lines.
Please.
Don't remind me of my poor choices. So anyway, going back to the schedule, the Oilers have 7 of their first 10 on the road. So you're going to save up your pennies on those 7 games, Rick.
Excellent.
Connor and Leon didn't wait till the season to get themselves on the ice. Showed up for a beer league game this week. Lost 6-2.
Were there goalies on both ends?
I don't know.
Someone told me there was the other side didn't have a goalie.
I thought maybe Connor and Leon were like playing a fun game where they're like
right-handed.
Like, let's see how many goals we can go down by. And then we only try in the last 10 minutes to like really fuck with the other team.
Or they were just like a real beer league game where they had to play 8 straight minutes.
Well, I'd like to see what division it was in too.
I would imagine this is like junior and pro guys.
That's what I'm thinking, right? Yeah. Like winter, I guess it's summer, but you have Division 1 guys and you know they're coming. Yeah. Like you know the guys are in town. Well, I might push my vacation back a week so I can go beer league with 97 and 29. That's awesome.
We were talking about this yesterday on Real Life, how if it was just like Cam McDavid's beer league team and they're like, oh, we're down 2 guys. He's like, I got a couple.
I'll text some subs.
Yeah.
Anyway, boys are back on the ice. Happy to see them in their equipment. Speaking of Leon Draisaitl, he won the ESPY for best NHL player. Did he go? No.
He said beer
Do we
league.
blame him? No.
Beer league game.
He had a big game to play. Also, note to everybody who was upset about Shane Gillis doing jokes.
It was
Which is
hilarious.
his job.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, I watched it last night. It was good.
It was so good.
It was an interesting comic choice, though, for an event like that, because just I like Shane Gillis's stand-up, but knowing how he does it, I was like, this is going to be interesting. And it was.
So good.
So the reaction, also very, very good. The other thing, I don't know if you guys mentioned, but the new coaches, Paul McFarland is the assistant coach. Peter Aubry, you got your new goalie coach. Dustin Schwartz gone. Connor Allen, new skills coach. And Paul Coffey has stepped off the bench. He's going back to being an advisor to Daryl Cates, doing whatever it is that means.
Heading up the Red
on
Wine Summit
things.
again.
Well, I think
Somebody's got to do it.
Yep.
well, didn't they say like his back wasn't really holding up? Like standing on the bench isn't really
Really?
great for you. And then
I just think he never really wanted to be a coach all that bad.
That's what I always thought.
he kind of had that same attitude playing hockey too, though.
They
I
could
think
have
he was
done
But he's really good at it.
Yeah, I just think he maybe never really had.
He came back.
He
for
never
the
had
second year.
aspirations to like be a coach. I think he maybe did it initially. Was it a favor? I don't know.
Probably.
And then you go to the cup final, and I think that would kind of get the juices flowing on anyone. And then 2 long seasons like that, Paul was right. Like, you know what? I have 5
He
rings.
needs one of those exoskeleton things where it's like the chair built onto your
Yep.
legs where he could just sit down
Yep.
on the bench. That would have been nice
That
for
would be
him.
very
Something
good.
to think about. Do you think that means there's another coach coming, or is that just going to be Mark Stewart steps into that defensive role?
Chris Knobloch already said they're going to operate with 1 less guy on the bench. So the only guys on the bench will be Knobloch, McFarland, and Stewart next year.
Okay.
So you gonna get us some new jerseys again? Not the
McFarland.
same
New thirds?
McFarland. Not the same McFarland.
He better come up with something.
That his brother though?
I just scrambled through Wikipedia and it is not. It is not.
no nepotism
Nope.
here.
No
well,
nepotism.
listen, with a name like that, you better draw something.
Mm-hmm.
Could you
What did he?
imagine?
What was it?
Spawn
Crayon.
just
That's
dressed
what it was.
up
Yeah,
and shows up for the Oilers game. Number
Just
one.
the first game of the year. He just has a Spawn mask on.
That'd
be
It's like, why just the last name?
Full cosplay.
That movie, I love that movie when it was out, and I watched it again recently, and it's real bad. The effects are bad, but I loved it when I was a kid. I'll tell you that much. Shout out to Spawn. And Paul, not what's his name? McFarland.
Not Todd.
Not Todd McFarland. Still want a sketch from you, Paul.
See what he's got.
Do you think there's anyone that has more pressure on them than Peter Aubry, the goalie coach? Even though most markets don't even know the name of their goalie coach?
Well, the last guy had 15 years of tenure. So I'm just saying, maybe he thinks it's a cushy spot.
Who's
if he
running
just does the right thing and goes and gets himself involved with another organization within the town, I'm just saying, Oil Kings might need a new goalie coach.
But
Ooh, you want this guy to go to the goalie coach?
Schwartz was
there?
the other
Why
way.
not?
He went Oil Kings
Yes.
to Oilers.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted them to hire Curtis Muka and keep that trend going. Hire
Who's
the
going to
Oil-
be our e-bug then?
He hasn't been the e-bug for a long time.
How long has it been? Oh no, it was the other university kid.
At Berlin.
Yeah, that's right.
And then this last year was Tyler Palmer, also of the U of A Golden Bears. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it is interesting that people seem like finally they fired the goalie coach, which is going to produce 2 outcomes. Either the goaltending's not going to get better and people will be like, well, the goalies just aren't good, or the goaltending is going to get better and it probably won't even be a product of the goalie coach, but it'll lead to a lot of people.
like it just rises back to the mean or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Positive regression.
Yeah.
Yes. I just think it's funny because, like,
Yeah.
again, most markets don't have any idea what the name of the goalie coach is. No.
There's one guy who's doing the power play now.
That's what I'm curious about. Like, did they steal Glenn Gullickson's notebook?
Well, that better been like on the very front of it. It says property of the Edmonton Oilers. That's
Yeah.
where he's like, it says property of the Edmonton Oilers.
He had to
Ours,
put all
not-
his plans in his company email.
Yeah.
You
How
know,
about the Dallas Stars, though, hiring both him and Pelche, too?
We're done with the Peltier.
Somebody wants to be us.
Yeah.
That's
Why
Who
were you
wants to
stunned
be
with
us
that one?
more, Dallas or LA?
I just didn't think like he's like a legit assistant coach, like on the bench, right?
Yeah.
And he was the Oilers skating coach for
But
I
for
did
like
love
11 years, I mean, you learn
Yeah,
a
you
lot
learn.
through osmosis. I had this conversation. I work with a couple of guys already. It's going, that was confusing as hell. But I guess he wasn't he wasn't a skating coach for 2 seasons. Like he was been here for
I
a
guess.
long ass time.
And obviously you develop a relationship with Gulletson and,
and
you
you
have
learn
ideas. Yeah.
and you learn, right?
Yeah. Fare thee well, David Pelche.
Olympian to assistant coach.
Now you're in Dallas. Jim Nill can fire you both.
I just shout out to the Oilers fans that are really upset about like those kinds of moves where these are guys that are getting promoted to positions that we don't have for them. Golitzin was not going to be our head coach, notably. So he had to go somewhere else.
Arguably, he didn't want to be the assistant coach after, I don't remember, I think it was Dave Tippett got let go or something.
Yeah, and he went in and was like, the story at least is that he was like, all right, you're firing me too.
And, like,
they were like, well, then you're giving up your money. And he was like, okay, I'll stay. And then he survived, two more head coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Is it fun? Is it anyone find it weird that he found a head coach job before Woodcroft?
I have not thought
a little
about
bit.
it that way.
I hadn't thought about that, but now that
I mean,
say
you
that,
can go
yes.
back to going back to Todd Nelson as well, who I believe was their AHL coach at the time.
Where did he end up? He ended up as an assistant somewhere. Is he on like Long Island or something?
Yeah, somewhere now. I don't remember where it is, but he is an assistant now.
He did get an assistant gig.
Yeah, our boy Todd.
It wasn't.
Winnipeg,
He didn't go Anaheim with.
Winnipeg?
No, someone else is in Anaheim.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
We have a lot of people out there with Oiler backgrounds and a lot of different teams now.
Yeah, that's because we went through a lot of coaches.
I mean, like even some like you can see like some of our players like kind of
Oh yeah.
grouping up
We
in some
also went
teams
through
too.
a lot of players.
It's like the 80s though. The 80s, half the Oilers went to east and half went west. Half went to the Rangers, half went to the Kings.
Yeah,
now you
now
got the Kings.
Now
You
they're
got
just
a
all
whole
going to the
bunch.
Kings. Yeah. And
According
Kopitar.
to our friend David Pagnotta from the fourth period, the Oilers haven't been overly aggressive in the goalie market. They've kicked some tires.
Good.
And then a report for Frank Saravalli came out that they were in on Artur's Seelovs before he ended up in Pittsburgh. Tyler, your thoughts on whether that would have been an upgrade? I mean, he had great AHL numbers, but that's the AHL.
Yeah, I think it almost comes back to like how confident are you as an organization that like a real upgrade could shake loose by the deadline? Because like going to Shelovs is a risk. Like how confident are you going to feel going into next year's playoffs? Even if you get, let's say they got Shelovs and he plays well, he has like a 904 during the regular season, which would be solid for like a real first full year in the NHL. How confident are you night one of the playoffs if that guy's between the pipes? And I know some people might be like, well, how could you be confident in Skinner? And like, I get where you're coming from with that, but I'm more in the camp of let's not make a move for the sake of making a move. I hear Korpisalo and Jari and Shelovs I like the idea of someone like a Mikey DiPietro just because he's free to acquire. And I think you could probably sneak Pickard through waivers.
But you probably would have to trade for him because isn't the Oilers like waiver claim number like 28 or something like that?
Pretty low.
Do you think Pickard goes through waivers?
I think he would clear through. I think every team kind of has their guys and you wouldn't.
No one else's guy has been in the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row.
My thought is like, if you can find a clear upgrade in net, or at least what you think is, you shouldn't be worried about losing your.
No. I like if you were to bring up Sela, I'd assume that Pickard was going to be in the deal for him. Like I'm pretty sure you don't look at Pickard and go, thanks for getting us being a part of the tandem last 2 years. Here's your plane ticket to Bakersfield.
I would. Because you'd say, we never know when we might need you again. I wouldn't be trading.
But then you're also we have a butt ton of goaltenders, do we not?
Yeah, I mean we do, but
and
also
do you not
as many as
slow
Detroit,
down
though.
the progress of some of the guys if you put like someone like Pickard backwards?
maybe. But my priority is figuring out goaltending at the NHL level. So like if that's a consequence of it, where like Sam Janssen in Bakersfield gets 3 less starts a month because I want Pickard to be playing however many times, then like that's life.
Well, because they just signed Delia again, right?
Tompkins is the other guy. They didn't sign Delia.
Who did?
Someone, not us.
I thought maybe we did. Yeah, no, I just feel like you're gonna give Pickard that respect of going, hey, you can go. We'll put you on another NHL team. Like, thank you for everything, but I don't know if we want to. Like, I just think it's just one of those respectful things because it's not like Pickard's like a young kid anymore.
I get what you're saying. I just think that Pickard also knows that this is a business and he's
gonna want to play.
And he got but he got his guaranteed money.
Yeah.
So
and he didn't win a cup. Like it just, he didn't put us over the top. And some people believe, and I think that there's some people within the organization as well, believe that they needed better goaltending. So
crazy.
The wild thing too is like, if you think about it, we should still be in the middle of Jack Campbell's contract. So I just think like, if you're worried about the guy who's supposed to be your AHL starter too much, then you're probably little too in the weeds.
Yeah, I agree. I don't mind the idea of DiPietro. I also don't hate the idea of you wait until the deadline, you see who's available.
I'm definitely on that side. Like I said that a couple of weeks ago, where I said I don't think I see a guaranteed upgrade. These two guys have got us to the final last 2 years. I take this into the season and you figure it out as you go. You don't go after a Korpisalo who you decided wasn't good enough a couple of years ago. Jari, sorry, that's not the way. You're not going to go there either. The kid out of Buffalo or whatever, the DiPietro guy, that's over my head. I'll let other people comment on that one. I doubt he's going to be better than Pickard right off the hop.
But if he can be just as good as Pickard and give you some upside, then that's probably,
yeah, because he's way younger, right?
Yeah, he's 26, same age as Stu.
Yeah, so I'd definitely go that just because he's younger.
That's the thing too. I don't think Vancouver was going to trade Shelovs here, at least from what I heard, for anything less than like an overpay. You know, like he went for a fourth and a nothing prospect. He'd probably cost you a second or a third, and that goes right back to our bullets at the deadline conversation. Oh wait, you can find an Arthur Shelovs if you really wanted to go back that route. You'll find someone like that during the season.
And the other angle too is like at this point in the summer, most teams still think they're in it, right? Like even if you know you're not going to be, you're like, damn it, this is the year.
Like, and I've thrown these names out there on previous podcasts, but look at the guys who are pending UFAs in the goalie market next season. And it's like, you know, is there somehow a world where New Jersey stinks again? Okay, would they trade you Jacob Markstrom? Is there a world where Minnesota's not as good as they thought they'd be? Would they trade you Philip Gustafson? Both those guys pending UFAs. What if Joseph Wall has an unbelievable start to the year and Toronto needs money and they're like, oh shit, we're not going to be able to re-sign Stolars. We'll trade you Stolars. Give us a pick and give us Pickard and we'll make a deal.
Former Oiler great Anthony Stolars, by the way.
Yep.
What if the flower gets kind of itchy around the beginning of October?
I don't have a lot of interest in that as much as it's a good story.
If he said he would sign here, you would consider it, but like
I'd consider it over Fleury, but I don't think I'm jumping. He wasn't that good last year for Minnie.
Yeah, fair enough.
But like even a couple of other things, like I know we talked about, or on other shows we talked about Jari and Korpisalo. Don't take that risk now. Tell Pittsburgh like, hey, we're intrigued at Tristan Jari. You guys need to play him 25 games next year.
Yeah, we want.
And
those.
if we get to February and Tristan Jari's actually looking like Tristan Jari of old, because whatever he tweaked in the summer worked, then I'm more intrigued at getting Tristan Jari in February or March when he has a 908 save percentage on a bad team. And it's like, maybe there is something left in the tank here.
Finally, to wrap up the news, this one's just from my guy, Tyler. When Dakota Joshua signed his contract extension in Vancouver, you said there was no way he was going to finish that up in Vancouver.
Yeah, I said that. I said this contract.
Basically a year later, gone for a 4th round pick.
In 2028. It's a 4th round pick 3 drafts from now.
Cool.
Look at us getting to be like the NBA. The NBA is moving like picks that are like 20, 30 to 30 right now, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you took a guy who scored 18 goals in a season where his shooting percentage was like 21, 22%.
what do you think about
repeat it?
What do you think about the trade from Toronto's perspective?
So with the money they lost from Mitch Marner being off their roster, you tell me if these guys are going to give you what Mitch Marner gave you.
Points wise, they're not. They already proved not. They're like 40 points off of what the
Michelli,
number is.
Joshua, Roy, and Pizzetta.
But the points aren't everything in the game, right? Like some guys have to go out there and create. I don't know, like you kind of like your swag for your team, and they're room players. They're the Matt Hendricks from when he was here. That they do things that just not necessarily on the score sheet all the time, but they're worth everything and then some.
Oilers win a lot with Matt Hendricks.
Being
Shootouts.
sassy. Oh, I love the paralyzer.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just look at that Leafs team and I'm like, you lost a damn good hockey player and you replaced him with a bunch of average hockey players.
But can you take a really skilled player who may not be fully into it mentally and physically and replace them with some blue collar guys who kind of change the structure of your team and you become a better team because of it?
Yes,
you have more guys pulling on the rope now with some actual vigor. That's what I think I see happening in Toronto. So I understand the point change isn't straight there, but I believe you added some things to your team that you could have used.
I see what you're getting at it. But when you list those players, it's not like they it's not like
Price tag way out of it, but I like the player.
But again, it's Michelli, so talent, skill.
Yeah, 55 point ceiling probably.
It's Pizzetta, which is just all character. There's no skill there
Can't wait for him
whatsoever.
to score 3 goals this year.
And maybe some fights. Who else is it? Michelli,
Nicholas Waugh and Joshua.
and Waugh, who is
I like Waugh.
a good player, but a cast off from Vegas and a person that they were willing to part with, no problem, to get Mitch Marner in the mix. And
fair. But when you're getting moved from Marner, it doesn't mean you're nothing, right?
No, yeah, that's true. And then who was the last one? Sorry, you literally said it 3 times and I forgot it again.
Who are the 4 players?
Who's the 4th player?
Chelly, Waugh.
Before
Joshua?
Pizzetta. Dakota Joshua, yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying, Jay. I see what you're saying there, Rick, where it's like
You
you're
guys are
creating
blending into the same.
you're creating a new kind of format to the team, but that's a Toronto Maple Leafs team that needed every inch of Mitch Marner during the regular season to do what they did. Can the rest of that cast overcome that? I don't know. We'll see. That's a good ass division. With people like nipping at the ankles of the bottom team. So
I'm fascinated to see what they'll be like this year because I also don't think John Tavares scores on 38 again.
No, I think
Healthy
Tavares,
Matthews is a game changer, but
I saw someone like tweet out their lineup and they're like, "Oh, this is crazy," and I was like, "Well, there's a couple of guys that are probably a line too high." Like I think their 4th line was fine.
Nyes, Matthews, Michelli. Okay, Michelli's an unknown, but Nyes and Matthews is like a legit 1-2 punch up front. Yep. Nylander, Tavares, Domi. Okay, Domi's a line too high. Tavares,
I think Tavares is on the cusp of being a line too high.
Right there. Nicholas Waugh, Dakota Joshua, Bobby McMahon. Actually,
I think Joshua might be a little bit too high there, but the other ones I think are fine.
And then Lawton, who I like with Yarncroc and Lorenz. Like,
again, and I think that's a decent 4th line.
I just don't think they're going to be. They're not winning that division again. Would be my pick. Would be my thing.
But we've been proven that you don't need to win the division to win the cup.
Yeah, bang on. So maybe that's what they're thinking. Also, the Jets, if you want a little breaking news, just signed Gabe Velarde to a 6-year contract. I don't know the terms yet or the money.
We'll talk a little betting while Tyler waits for the numbers on Gabe Velarde. Shout out to our friends at Bet365. Whatever your bet is never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app and get in on the game. Use the code NATION at Bet365. Must be 19 years old or older. Please play responsibly. It's been a while since at least I've been here and we checked in on some cup odds. Currently, the Florida Panthers favored to win at the Stanley Cup at plus 600. Oilers are up next at plus 750, along with the Hurricanes, which is baffling to me, given that they've won 1 game in the Eastern Conference in years.
3, 4. Oh, my first question is obviously the answer is right here. Did Corey Connors get it down in 2?
Corey Connors made the cut at the Open. Big moment for me in my Bet365 account. Can I have 2 things?
Yes.
2 things I want to share. Gabe Velarde scored 27 goals last year, had 22 in 47 games the year before. He gets a 6-year, $7.5 million deal from the Jets.
9.25. Don't look so bad.
Say it again, sorry.
6 years, $7.5 million.
Wow.
Also, Bet365 has odds up for the Oilers home opener.
What are they?
The Oilers are opening as minus 220 favorites against the Calgary Flames. You can same game parlay Oilers. I might lock this in right now. Oilers puck line in the over plus 320. Bet it now. October, the game's on the 8th. You'll wake up October 9th, fresh off.
I already got it betted.
Christmas present.
6-3 Oilers win, and you'll be like, there's $100 in my account. It'll be a great day.
Here's an interesting bet that I found on Bet365. Evander Kane goal total for this coming season in Vancouver. The line is set at 24.5.
Under.
Over is plus 100. Under is minus 130.
Under.
Going under.
I always say life's too short to bet the under, but I'm not touching the over on that one.
I feel like this might be the year where Evander Kane just kind of, just
though. Now that you say that, Dan, as you're talking about it, he is contract year Evander Kane.
Yeah.
I just see him selling out for it. And
I would love to see them sign a big ticket extension.
He may run into more off-ice problems living there than he had ever in Winnipeg, Edmonton, or San Jose.
Yeah, maybe.
He was there for 12 minutes and ran into shit already.
But he was saving
Still waiting for that video.
We're still waiting for the video, but I heard that he was saving a woman. That's
from
the
a bear.
context. That was the context.
I'm fine. I'm just saying, like, you just, some people find themselves in interesting situations, whether it be well intentions or not. And you just kind of find yourself in that spot. And I think if he's not careful, he might, because people will be out there looking for him.
Yikes.
Another couple of things.
Just like provoke him and stuff, right? See what they get out of him.
Goalie bet for game 1 of the Oilers. The payout hasn't changed. My $20 bet that I got at plus 400 is payout is currently $33. It hasn't moved in weeks.
Still Stu?
Still Stu.
Wait, are those other goalies still there though?
Well, they've changed them now a little bit,
Like,
but it's basically Stu versus the field.
Yeah, but we were like a week after some guys signed and they were still.
They're still.
Yeah. It was Jake Allen. Jake Allen was still on the list.
Yep. You never know, Rick. Trades could happen.
So
Look at
I'm hanging on to that
Joshua.
bet for a little while longer, but the cash out is looking pretty good. It's a 50%
Cool, $13.
return on my money.
Think of how many
I could repurpose
spring
that
rolls you
elsewhere.
can get.
Oh, come on. $13. Also, shout out to my boy David Quadrelli out in Vancouver. It was the home run derby, and Bet365 had a bet, and he calls me and he goes, "You need to hit it." And it was for over 479 feet. And that got cleared almost
Easily.
immediately.
Second batter.
Yeah,
Maybe first.
515, 518 or something like that.
Yeah, O'Neill Cruz just piped one.
365 had a pre-built bet for the game though. National League win with Ohtani hit and an Acuna hit. So I took that one and cleared my money real easy. Well, it was because they gave like the early payout because it did end up being 6-6. So, but they were up by 5 runs or something like that. So I got my quick money there.
The last bet I want to talk about is Rick. My Elks bet's not looking so good right now.
It's up to 6,600, plus 6,600 right now. I'll sprinkle
Plus
a little bit on that too.
6,600. Man, I should have waited till week 5 or wherever we're at.
I'm sprinkling a little bit on this week.
They had like 76 total yards for the first 3 quarters.
You can look at the one game, which was a terrible game, probably one of the worst games of all time, I believe. However, if you look at the 4 behind that,
I was there, Rick.
there's a lot more. That's fine. There's a lot of promise out of the first 4 games than there was. And the last game was a sinker, 100%.
Well, hey, Fajardo looked good in those last minute and a half of the game. So
They were also up by
they changed it.
I mean, they were up. You're playing a prevent defense is different. I still think Trey Ford starts next game.
I agree. I was sitting next to one of Trey's family members for the first half of that game, and then he left because there was a BC Lions fan behind us that was incessant.
All I'm saying is I followed Rick down the rabbit hole. Now I'm going to have to double down to plus 6,600.
Do you get off a roller coaster when you get scared, or you ride it all the way through?
Well, I have to ride it all the way through. There's no option to not.
Speaking of roller coasters, Bet365 released their odds for the Olympics, the 2026 Ice Hockey Olympics.
Canada to win.
Number 5 coming in is
Can I
tied-
guess Canada's odds?
You can. I'll give you the other ones and you can guess what Canada's odds
Okay.
are. Number 5 is a tie between Finland and Switzerland at plus 800.
Don't give us the last second.
And
either.
then Sweden is plus 500. So the next 2 teams, the top teams are USA and Canada. You guys guess the lines. So Switzerland and Finland are both plus 800. Sweden is plus 500. USA and Canada are 1-2. What do you think?
So I'm guessing Canada's heavy favorite. I'm going to go minus 225.
Minus 225 for Canada. And so you think US is?
Minus 150.
Okay.
I'm going to go minus 180 for Canada, and let's go plus 110 for USA.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to do a pick 'em for USA. So even money.
Okay. And then
I looked it up.
Oh,
I looked it up earlier.
ruined it. Well, I admire you guys because you guys are thinking a little bit closer to the Olympics time, so they aren't in the minuses right now. Canada is plus 175 and the USA is plus 225.
Hang on. I'm going to be back in several minutes.
Yes.
No kidding.
Yeah. We
Wowzers.
are still so far out that the odds are positive for every team right now.
All right. Well, it looks like in February, I'm going to wake up with a little extra cash in my account.
Yeah.
It's a good strategy.
It's a good strategy.
Take
Future me will be
take
very
that
pumped.
Stu Skinner money and put it in there.
I might have to.
$13. Hot dang.
Golly. Plus 175. I'm going to hit that as soon as the podcast.
I really don't think I don't think the US has a chance against us.
I think they're going to be good, but
I don't think Canada put together their proper roster last year, and I think they realize it, and I think you'll see a different type of one this year.
is Russia in these or no?
Negative.
No. Yep. They will not receive.
Whatever the bet, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app and get in on the game. Use the code NATION. Must be 19 years old or older. Please play responsibly. Gentlemen, ask the idiots. Prepare your thinking brains. Got 3 questions for you this week, but first I want to tell you about our friends at Swiss Donair, which I'm
I could
hungry.
go for.
I really could go for a Donair. I love Swiss Donair. It's a Friday.
Think we could do a show from inside there once?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I do think that. I also think that we need to organize just a lunch there.
Yeah.
Any excuse we can spend old man Downton's money, Donairs, that's good living. Assiedis is presented by Swiss Donair, the home of the old school Donair with options. If you want some flair, open for 25 years now and open 7 days a week. Pride of the North Side, Swiss Donair is great for your events at home or office. Check out their location at 8308 144th Avenue Northwest or order online at swissdonair.com.
You should point out to Downton that they'll take care of the office. I heard that part in there.
Office, it's right in the copy.
Right in them, but outside this, I think this is an office.
It is literally in the plug I have to read. I'm contractually obliged to tell you about their office parties. We have an office that enjoys parties.
Yes.
There you go. This one comes in from Devin. Tyler, I'm going to start with you.
Yep.
If you guys want a little help on this one, just open up the Pacific Division, just the teams. So this one comes in from Devin. Which teams in the Pacific Division do you think got better? Which ones do you think got worse?
All right. I think there's a couple that maybe are like net neutral. But I'll start at the bottom. San Jose, I think, will take more points off the board than they did last year. They got a little bit better.
Agreed.
Seattle, I don't get them, so I'll say neutral. Anaheim got a little bit better.
Yep.
Vancouver got worse. Calgary stayed the same. Edmonton, I'll say Edmonton stayed the same just because there's some unknowns there in the lineup. LA got worse. And Vegas, Marner, no Pietrangelo. I'll say Vegas in a weird way maybe stayed the same as well. So I'll say there's the only teams that got better, I think, were San Jose and Anaheim. A whole bunch of neutrals. LA and Vegas got worse.
I'll jump in just for the boys while you're still looking at the standings over there. So I think San Jose is going to get better, but they're still going to be bad.
Yeah.
Seattle, I'm with you. I have no idea what that organization is doing. I'm going to say they get worse somehow, though they only had 76 points last year. Anaheim's going to be better, but they're still going to be bad. Vancouver, I'm going to say they're probably the same because they were mediocre last year. I assume they're going to be mediocre this year. The Flames, I actually think, are going to be better just because I think that Dustin Wolf is going to do a lot for them in net. And having it be his crease, I think, is going to do some good for Calgary. So they got better just because of some internal. Edmonton, I think, is the same. LA is way worse. And Vegas, I actually going to say is worse because, listen, they got Mitch Marner. He's a hell of a player. He's a 100-point guy. But their defense is worse.
Yeah.
And as we saw in the second round against Edmonton, the defense also wasn't rock solid there. And I think they took a step back even with Marner. So I'm going to go, they got very, very slimly worse in Vegas. Dan, what do you think?
I think San Jose is going to get like 3 more points this year. I just don't see it yet. For me, I think that, it reeks of like the Oilers' decade of darkness there. I do think the Kraken are going to be better this year. I just think that they're kind of stuck in that expansion like lack of identity, but I do think that they're going to round into it here at some point. I think the Ducks, the Canucks, and the Flames are all worse. I don't think like the scale is not the same, but believe that the Pacific Division is going to be these top 3 teams again. I think the Kings got worse. I think the Golden Knights got better, and I think the Oilers stayed the same. So,
Rick, what do you think?
Yeah,
I'll take the Sharks got a little bit better. I think just internally, those guys have 1 year under their belts. They'll take a step up. I think the Kraken got a little bit better. The Ducks definitely got better. Flames and Canucks, I think, will take a little bit slide backwards. I don't think it'll be too drastic, but I don't think Wolf can do exactly what he did last year. I think he'll have a little bit come back. Edmonton kind of about the same there with the possibility of being a better. It all depends on Savoie and Howard. LA step backwards. And I think Vegas did take a little bit of a step backward. Obviously, you get a guy like Marner in there, but you lose a Pietrangelo, you lose a Nick Hague, and you lose a Hague and a Waugh. There's a little bit going back there. And I'm going to be interested to see what Marner's like in an area, in a city where he's not pushed to play. Does he get a little bit complacent? Does he get a little caught up in the lights and in the life of the nice weather in Vegas? I don't really know. Toronto kind of keeps you on the straight and narrow, forces you to go there, play every game because you don't want to get eviscerated by your fans, even though you will. Yeah, that's the way it goes.
I think Vegas is just going to be a really good regular season team now.
I think Mark Stone's going to take a step backwards. Like they're a little bit older, and I think you'll see a little bit of a depletion in some of their players.
I see Vegas getting like 120 fucking points this year.
Really?
I really
That
do.
is insane.
I've got this feeling that they are going to
10 more points, 5 more points than last year.
and then they're
5 more wins. Sorry.
and they just lose in the first round. Like that kind of season for them.
There'll be a 2, 3,
I can't wait for
4 in the Pacific kind of.
I think LA is gonna be the biggest fall. Kopitar's last year, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that. The
Player
mayor,
of the
John
round.
Hoven, reported that.
Sorry,
Last year ever?
Yeah, he's out after this year. He said he's not.
the mayor's kicking him out.
That's the guy who runs the Kings blog, John Hoven.
Oh,
He
sorry,
goes
I
by
thought you said the
mayor.
real mayor. I was like,
No.
the mayor's like,
actual
oh, guys, just got something for you.
No, he said
Thanks for being here. You're on at the end of the year.
Kings not expected to announce a contract extension with Kopitar. This will be his final year.
He was going to sign an extension, and then he saw what Ken Holland was doing, and he's like, no.
Oh, Uncle Ken did have $20 million and spent it very creatively, I will say.
That's a good word for it.
Rick mentioned we have some unknowns in Isaac Howard and Matt Savoie. This question comes in from Dale. I'm going to reverse the order. Tyler, you might want to write these down. 2 questions.
2.
Who will have a better statistical rookie season?
Okay.
And what's your goals and points guess?
I will say, I think Savoy is going to have a little bit better of a year. He's already played a full year of the pro league. That's going to be the deciding factor for me. And production level for both guys, it's going to be relatively the same amount. 17 to 20 goals, I think I'd be probably pretty happy with. And in and around the 50-55 points.
For both guys, you think it's going to be?
Yeah, I think, yeah, 100%.
We can keep these ones pretty generic too, because we'll do obviously our.
Yeah, we'll do
big
another one.
I'm going to say that Howard is close. Not Howard, sorry. Savoy is close to his AHL numbers last year. Which were set 19 goals, 35 assists, 54 points in 66 games.
You just stole my damn answer.
So yeah, I know. I think I'll say I would say probably the south side of that. So I'll say 17 goals, let's say 30 assists. Yeah.
So you're going to say Savoy is better?
Yes. And I feel like it's just the fucking safe answer to just say, but I do think that Howard has
more to learn,
put more pressure on himself too, just because he did turn down the Tampa Bay Lightning and forced his hand to come up here. He's been focused on the Edmonton Oilers for 2 years without even being a member of our team. So I just think that he's got so much pressure on him. So I think you could probably see him put in, I'll say 8 goals and get 10 assists. And then
Howard,
we've made a change.
18 points.
Yes.
So wait, what's your prediction for Howard?
18 points, 8 and 10.
I think Howard's going to fall off and we'll probably replace him.
Wait, so what was your Savoy prediction then? 17, 30, 47?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then Howard, you're saying 8 and 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think we make,
What do we do with him?
He's waivers if we want to send him down, right?
No.
Or no?
No, he
You
doesn't
just
say
send him through.
So I think that, I
Does that have a Bako?
I
You're
believe that
Leon Draisaitling this guy.
if I had to bet
You're
one of
going
the
to
two
Draisaitl
guys,
this guy, aren't you?
I would assume that they're not going to both be superstars right off.
Well, I mean, at 17 and 30 or whatever the hell that was, and my numbers were relatively close. I don't think that's superstar-ish. I mean, I think that's kind of fulfilling what you have to do. Also, you get to play with 97, 29. One of the two is going to be on the first power play. The other one's going to be on the second power play. You're going to have opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, who's going to have a better rookie season and what's your guess? Way too early predictions.
So I'm going to say Savoy goes 14, 34, 48. And I'm going to say Howard has the better season. He goes 19, 30, 49. So just better, but he scores more.
I'm going to go Savoy has the better year just because he's played pro.
That's my answer.
That's the only thing I'm basing that on. And I'm going to go 15, 20 for 35 for Savoy. And then I'm going to go 13, 20 for Howard. Just a couple fewer goals.
Give me this for one answer.
15, 20 for Savoy, 13, 20 for Howard.
You know, have we all put our answers in?
Mm-hmm.
Now that I think of it, I can see Howard getting, I'm not changing my answer for the record. I can see Howard getting more because if he plays with Leon and Podkolzin, he's probably the second guy to score. Whereas if you move up the line and you have, whether it be maybe whoever plays with Leon is going to have the better season because you're going to put Podkolzin in there, who you'll probably be better than, and the other one's got to go with Connor and Hyman, which he'll probably be third.
Final question. I'm going to start with Dan because he's the only person who hasn't had a question started yet. This one comes in from our boy Steven Fiddler. With Big Brother coming back, what reality TV show would everyone want to compete on? And which show do you think you have the best chance of winning?
Oh man, there's just so many reality shows out there. I would bring back a classic that I always wanted to be on. Thought it was a great show. I don't even know if anybody will know it. The Mole. Did you guys ever see that one?
I started watching it on Netflix.
Heard of it. Don't know if I really watched
it. So it was a show where everybody was brought together, but one person was paid by the production crew to screw up the whole show, and you had to try and guess who it was at the end of every episode, and the person that was the furthest off as to who the mole was would be kicked off the show instead of like the social or engineering that happened. So I would say the Mole, just because I think it would be fun to watch us have to like deceive each other a little bit and try to be the trickster.
Tyler, what reality show do you think you have the best chance of winning?
Big Brother's the only one I watch. I think I'd be half decent at it. I think I'm good at like little games and stuff like that. So I think I could win some comps and go on a little run.
Yep. Did you start yet?
Pardon?
Did you start yet?
2 episodes in.
Yeah.
Next summer, right after free agency day, we lock ourselves in a house, 16 of us into a house.
We do it up here. We just lock ourselves up here.
Big Brother.
If we were to do it, we would have to do it in a way where like, I mean, because Barstool does Surviving Barstool.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, I think they do it where like every week of the show is just one day.
Yeah.
So every day you had to have to do like 3 it'd be crazy.
It'd be awesome.
Sign me up, Jay.
Yep. Rick, what reality show do you think you have a chance of winning?
I think my best opportunity is, it has to be a reality show. I mean, it is American Gladiators.
Oh, nice. That's a great pick.
Thank you.
I love that.
Just got to beat the other contestants, right?
Mm-hmm. You got to dodge those tennis balls from Turbo.
Mm-hmm. That pyramid, the patty pyramid thing.
Yep.
I'm lanky. I can get up there pretty quick.
Yep. I like to think I could win Survivor.
Yeah.
I like camping. Good.
Necessary.
I like the heat. I like beaches. Big fan of rice.
That seems to be a big part of that show.
Yeah,
those
big,
4 things.
big part of rice. Big Jeff Probst guy. He's my hero in TV. So I'd like to have him yelling at me to move me forward through the competitions. And I also would have no problem lying to anyone's face.
Yes.
So there you go. Ask the idiots questions. Slide on into my DMs. Ask the boys anything that's on your mind. It's the summer after all. Feel free to get weird with your questions. Tyler, you enjoying the golf over there?
No, the golf's over. It's in Britain. I have my cold performer. I'm very excited to share it.
Oh, wow.
I was just doing some extra reading on it.
Well,
Lehman's out of town, and now we got a guy halfway through the show going, I can't wait to tell you guys my cold performer.
yeah, it's a 2-parter. The Hot Cold Performer is presented by the Oilersnation Open. It's coming up at Millwoods Golf Tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any bids yet to golf with either you or Patty Puff or J.R. Chalmers?
No, but you can get in now, nationgear.ca. You and a friend can play with either me and Pat Puff, or you can play with Jay and Chalmers on Team Real Life. You get your spots in the tournament. We handle the drinks. We make sure you have a good time. And yeah, you get into the Oilersnation Open. And all the proceeds go to Gregor's Grads.
Yep. Oilersnation Open presented by Star Mechanical this year. It is on Friday, August 29th. That is the Friday leading into the long weekend. It is the ultimate green light for a great day. It is one of my absolute favorite days on our calendar. It's always fun. People that show up are always great. The course is awesome. And you get to raise money for a good cause and watch Jason Gregor cry every year.
Every year.
Every year we watch him cry.
6:30 p.m. People have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
4.5 minutes after he starts it's definitely take the under.
Yeah. Like last year I set the over under way too soon. I think I put it at like 90 seconds last year. I'm going to bump that up.
He's getting better at it.
He's getting better.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is the 7th time he's read the speech.
He kind of he slow plays it a bit and talks about it and jokes it, checks the watch, makes sure his over bet is about to hit. And he's like, okay, I'm good. It's like the singer at the Super Bowl.
Prizes, shenanigans, and a great day of golf. Sign up for a team at nationgear.ca. This thing's going to sell out, so don't wait. Okay? Don't say I didn't warn you. All right. Tyler, let's get to our cold performers first. You are up. Your cold performer of the week.
NFLPA head Lloyd Howell Jr. resigned the other day. Just over 2 years at the helm. Very short time for the head of a players association. Today it came out that one of the things he's under scrutiny for after resigning, so it shed some light, was an expense report he put in that featured a trip on February 21st to Magic City Strip Club, in which he expensed to the NFLPA $2,426 in cash withdrawals, ranging from $200 to $500 at a time, multiple trips. He used 2 VIP rooms, and on the expense report, he wrote, quote, player engagement event to support and grow our union.
You know, I have, normally I do a bad button, but
The big guy is smoking.
You got to keep your shit tight, man.
yeah.
With those withdrawals, does it break down denominations?
Between $200 to $500 at a time. Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know.
denominations. Like, are we getting
Is he
getting
just pulling out
ones?
50s or
Are we getting ones here for?
I don't know.
Well,
Anyways,
get
I feel
kinda
like
rainy?
if you want to if you're the head of the NFLPA making a shitload of money, no one would be upset if you went to the strip club with players. Find something else to expense to make good for that. Maybe like buy yourself a couple of new suits and be like,
Fire me a call. I'll get you some receipts.
yeah, there you go.
I also love that he went to the ATM 4 to 6 times.
Yeah. At least like it's crazy.
Well, I want to know how much you walked in there with cash.
Yeah, because I assume you're not going in there dry.
No.
Mike Tyson always said,
He's like, I got
walks
enough.
into a strip club with a plan.
Yeah.
Until the stripper punches you in the mouth. I think that's how that quote went, right?
That's exactly the way it went.
That's sweet. Well, hey, here's a lesson. Accountant's probably not going to clear that if you try to expense those.
Anyways, I was doing my research because I wanted to ensure that was not a fake account. It was not. That's Adam Schefter tweeting.
What kind of research were you doing? Were you double checking the venue he was at?
Yeah.
What is Magic City?
Tyler is now clearing his search history and we're good. All right. Dan, you're up. Cold form of the week.
This one's a really sad one. It's going to go out to a friend, I think, of people in this room, a friend of through Twitter, through social media. Seb Jackson just had his 2-year-old daughter pass away, or sorry, not 2-year-old, 6-year-old daughter pass away very suddenly. And so just heart goes out to Seb and his whole family for what is an awful time.
Yeah. I saw that too. 100%. Not going to do a button for that one.
Well, I'll be the one to go after that, I guess. This one affects me in a different way, obviously. That's kind of like the line I was using coming into this because I had 2 options, and I don't have a Sportsnet Plus app, that doesn't bother me as much.
Well, it's more
but
expensive now.
I think you guys will agree with me on this one here. I think our TV shows their seasons are too short. So if you're
6 episodes,
6 to 8 episodes, and I'm binging them, right? So I'm getting these down in a day and a half.
Yep.
And now I'm expected to remember exactly what happened in that show for 365 days. And I have to remember I even watched that show. I had to check out Bad Monkey to remember what show that was.
Good show.
I almost forgot about it. I watched all these shows last year, and who's going to tell me that they're coming back up this year? I have to remember on my own. This is insane.
you need to write it in your calendar.
I probably do.
Mm-hmm.
When Suits started including mid-season breaks, that's when I checked out.
Oh.
That's so insane.
Everybody had mid-season breaks.
That's nuts to me. That right
No,
there.
like we
is your
grew up
issue
with that though.
No.
Yeah. You had a couple of weeks off during Christmas time.
Oh yeah, but that's different than
Like,
like taking
this-
3 months
Like
off.
this, Suits
sorry.
was like years between like.
Oh
filming,
no! I'm
between
sorry.
filming.
I thought when you meant
Yeah,
like
no,
they take
yeah.
there was like 24
Sorry, yeah.
season or 24 episodes.
No, they would
and,
take
like,
a break in the
3 weeks
middle
for
of
like
filming and stop their script.
she's
and
the
then they pick it up
princess. She
later
has
on.
stuff to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Well, it's the same thing with like White Lotus. Like that show was super good. And then the 3rd season only had 7 or 8 episodes. And I'm
Can
like,
we put some effort into it? You guys are getting paid a lot of money now.
I
too,
thought I
think.
was halfway through the season and I got wrapped up and I was like, oh,
See, and everyone makes fun of me because I watch cable. Those shows are 24 episodes,
Damn right.
22 to 24.
we used to be a society.
Yeah, that's 3 seasons for you streamers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. I hadn't thought about that now, but I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I knew
with
you would.
You know, so I'm going to go general advice. We talked about this yesterday on Real Life. If you are going to cheat on your wife at a Coldplay concert, you
Maybe she was just cold.
you need to keep your shit tight.
Yep.
Or if you see yourself pop up on that screen, you immediately engage in the Heimlich maneuver like you're trying to save her.
Yeah.
Right? Then
So
you look
you
like
might be the smartest human being on earth right now.
you look like a hero.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you're like, what? Joking.
Yep.
You know?
Sir,
You got to go in there with a plan if you're cheating.
So what are we going to do when you get hired by these guys in the next couple upcoming weeks when they listen to this episode? Who's going to fill your spot?
We're going to have a whole list of things we're doing.
They're going to scoop you up right away.
Clock shenanigans.
Scoop you up right away.
As they should.
Wow.
As they should. Hey. Pull it together. And the statement you released, sir, saying you were trying to have a private moment, I'm going to go, I would bet the farm all of Jason Gregor's money that in their terms and conditions, it says right in there, you could appear on camera.
It's true.
I know that because we have that for nation. You're
literally looking at a guy whose face is on a building for 7 to 10 years because I was in an arena once. Well, it might be more than once, but still.
Yeah, you've been up there for a long time. You got one use gift card out of that.
15%,
so your statement,
baby.
You're trying to enjoy a private moment with your mistress. Like, no, bro, you are at a arena with 20,000 people.
Her friend is my favorite.
Just think that photo was you.
That's one of their other coworkers.
That was another
I know,
coworker.
but she knows everything. Those girls are obviously good friends.
That's
and
the head
that
of
lady
HR.
is red as a tomato. Yeah. All I want is clean access to what is going on through her head right now, because at that point, she is peeing herself laughing.
I would have loved to know too what was going through their heads with, first of all, the reaction poor. The guy just he took the elevator, he went down. And then the lady turned around and stood there. Other girl laughing with hand on face. What's going through their head when not only are they up there and they got busted red-handed? By the way, Shaggy prepared us for this.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Martin goes, well, either they're having an affair or they're just really shy.
Really gave him nothing else to work with there.
Oh, man.
So anyway, something to consider.
Just start canoeing out of the frame, just pull yourself
Press
right
the button on the elevator.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So anyway, keep your shit together.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run
Come up with a
amok,
better plan
and
than
flat
the
out
elevator.
The
deceived.
Cosby Show. You remember that there was 5 of them in line? They did that thing with the arms and stuff.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
You start hugging everybody around you. You're just really overwhelmed by Fix You. I get it. It's a great jam.
Oh, man.
All right, reversing the order. Hot performers of the week. Rick, you're up first.
I have to give it to Shane Gillis. I thought he absolutely destroyed on the SBs or whatever. And jokes are jokes, people. The WNBA one is priceless.
He had some zingers.
But it was true.
He had some zingers.
Well, and the smart part about the WNBA joke was that he got the entire crowd to do the punchline for him.
Yes. He brought them all in.
Yeah.
Well, and there's the other angle too. If you're worried about what a comedian is going to say, don't bring Shane Gillis on.
You know what he's going to do.
Exactly. Dan, you're up. Hot performer of the week.
Mine is going to go out to the team that we were talking about earlier, getting thumped.
The Eskimos.
But the presentation within the game, I had an absolute blast going out to my first CFL game in some 4 years. Shout out to the Elks and to Visit Drumheller for the dinosaur themed night. Seeing the cheerleaders come out in full dinosaur T-Rex
proof
costume.
it was them. I thought they were real dinosaurs.
Also, then they had a T-Rex combine during halftime. They had puppeteers up on the concourse, walking around, visiting with the kids. Just a great job by the Elks. Nice to see the CFL kind of coming back into form in our city.
It's getting hot.
And making friends with the city with the thing they're about to get rid of.
Dinosaurs?
Yeah, aren't they getting rid of their dinosaur?
Really?
Yeah.
Are they?
They're tearing down that giant thing?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh.
That'd be
Tyler.
sad.
Hot performer of the week.
Save the dinosaur.
One made it through the slowest sports week on the calendar. That's always a big one.
That Wednesday was tough.
Yeah, Wednesday and Thursday wasn't much better either. A slog.
At least we had a little bit of the open to watch.
And I'll give a shout out to my buddy Eli and my brother-in-law Kelly, who threw me a great bachelor party last weekend. We golfed for 4 straight days. The golf was amazing. The weather was great. So shout out to those two guys, my 2 best men.
Does he still have that slice thing?
Oh yeah, it's fucking so
This dude, instead of lining up down the fairway, he lines up at let's say
45
10
degree
o'clock.
angle, yeah.
He line up at 10, aiming 10 o'clock. And I'm like, dude, where are you aiming? He's like, don't worry about it, man. And
Down the
smashes one. It cuts and right in the middle of the fairway. I was like, that is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Can only hit it 210 yards, but it's down the middle.
Well,
every
it went
time.
260. It just half it went that way and then across.
Takes a little turn.
It's hilarious.
Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Also, my buddy Skirk shot an even par 71 at Copper Point. It was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
Feeling hot, hot,
I like that.
hot. Feeling hot,
Give us another story. Go on.
That's it.
Jay skipped his bachelor party.
feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot.
Yeah, some new Birkenstocks getting released. You had to get in line for them.
Well, you gotta wear those in.
Mm-hmm.
Can't just take out fresh Birks out into the wild. No,
Ridiculous.
No way. I'm gonna go my hot performer of the week. So I was on vacation last week. The thing that's appeared in our culture lately, Tyler, where we wait last minute to get tickets to events. Last Saturday, I was in Seattle. We were just looking for something to do and watching the world go by at a pub. Saw groups of people dressed to the nines walking by towards Lumen Field. I go, what are they doing? Do a little search. The weekend was in Seattle. Last minute tickets, very cheap. Got to go see the weekend for next to nothing. He is in Edmonton this weekend.
Saturday.
So I looked to see exact same seats, like slightly obstructed behind the stage because how he does his show, it doesn't really matter. 3 times the price of what I paid in Seattle currently for the Saturday show in Edmonton. Yeah. So last minute tickets to the weekend, you get my hot performer of the week. Put on a great show.
This is why I'm hot. I'm hot because
We have to give a shout out to the Coldplay memes too.
Oh, the memes are just so good.
Great.
Last night I was in
people out there.
tears.
A lot of creativity. Thank you, everyone.
Yep. Just as friendly piece of advice, don't hit on your HR reps. For the most part, they don't like that.
This one did.
I'm just saying it's not a standard practice. Well,
it worked for this guy.
I tell you this right now, if you know a lot of people from that industry, there's a lot of do as I say, not as I do type of mentalities there.
Also, secondary hot performer, just a Coldplay. They're getting more love right now on social.
They haven't put out
Probably
a single in
before.
years, but put out 2 last night.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Not me.
That's a good one.
Obviously, fair. Well, yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, and shout out to Chris Martin for twisting the knife with his comments after they were up on the big screen. That was really nice.
Oh, man.
There you go. There's a fresh episode of Oilers Nation Radio. It's done. It's edited. We'll be back next Friday. And in the meantime, have yourself a great weekend. Tyler doesn't want you to, but I do. I'll be at the
No, that Coca-Cola I had flew through me. I'm waiting for you to wrap this up.
All right, stretch it out a little bit. I'm going to the Riverhawks game tomorrow. There goes Tyler. Have a great weekend, everybody.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.